Okay, this was also meant to be covered last time. And this was in your reading, I believe. They talk about a lot of body parts and using metonymy of this body part to refer to something else. So quickly, not for the language, but also for the concept revealed by this use of languages. So they are using body part for function, or they are using body part to refer to person. So for example, they are using the body part of mouth for speech. This is almost universal. For example, you can say 出一支嘴, that means to offer a mouth. Only talk and no action. Or talk is cheap, right? Talk is cheap. So we have that. And then we have 插嘴. 插嘴 means 插 means to insert. That means to interrupt. So we are using the body part to refer to a lot of action. 嘴就甜, the mouth is sweet, so that's sweet talk. So we are using like the Mandarin 甜言蜜语, 甜 meaning sweet, sweet tongue. 有耳无嘴, 有 is have, right? This is the word for ear, and this is without. This is mouth. So you only have ear but no mouth. That's all ears. So just listen. This is especially true with Taiwanese people teaching their youngsters, the young children. They always tell the young children, just listen. 有耳无嘴. Okay? So they don't want them to talk too much. Just listen. This is very different from Western way of teaching, right? Right? Okay. Ben, you want to say something?
Oh, no, I just got my glasses.
Oh, okay. Okay, what is the Western way of teaching ever since you were a child? Were you encouraged to say what's in your mind, or were you encouraged just to listen to what the adults were saying? Anyone? Matan?
I think to say what's on your mind, but sometimes it's something that's looked down upon. Like, as long as it's morally right, like with the culture, the standards of the culture, I think it's okay that you're speaking your mind. But you say something way out of line, and people.
Where did you grow up?
Israel.
Israel. Okay. All right. Sam?
I feel like it's a lot of repeating. I feel like you when they repeat what you say, or yeah, just learn from you by repeating.
Oh, okay. So, but in school, were you encouraged to speak up, or were you encouraged just to sit there and be a listener, to learn passively, ever since you were a child? Joe?
In school, the teachers asked us to speak up. But this proverb, or this way of speaking, is often used by parents or by elders, asking you not to interrupt them.
Okay, this is a younger generation. Good. Okay, I can see. When I was in a grade school, we were not encouraged to speak up that much. Yeah. But at home, yeah, always the parents say, just listen, okay? When adults speak, you don't interrupt, you don't cut in, okay? Remember there was a commercial a long time ago, I think it was before any of your time. In 1980s, there was a commercial, and I also remember it was a commercial for a investing company, and say the investing company, I don't think it doesn't exist now, or does it? It's called E.F. Houghton. And the commercial says, when E.F. Houghton speaks, everybody listens. Okay, that was the commercial, and it was a very powerful and very effective commercial, but I think the company no longer exists. This is almost like the same, I think, in the family. Usually the parents just say, just listen, okay? Don't say anything, okay? And then other than just saying 嘴就甜, the mouth is sweet, we also use diamond as a modifier. We say 酸酒嘴. A diamond mouth means sweet talker. Sweet talker, you can talk. So it's not just the taste. They also use very precious stone in order to modify the mouth. So mouth for. How about the ear? Here we would say, for example, if somebody is hard of hearing, we say 臭耳郎. 臭耳郎 means smelly ears. Like, you have some infection in your ear and it's smelly. And that means if you say somebody 臭耳郎, deaf. Not literally. It can be just hard of hearing, but it can also be deaf. So it's ambiguous between two readings. 耳康輕, that means, your ears are light, not heavy, light. That means a person who bends with the wind or goes with the crowd. So, whatever other people are saying, you would just go with it. So we are using a lot of metonymy, the body part, to refer to the way of doing things. How about the eye? Eyes are usually for knowledge. So if you have 大小眼, 大小目, that means your eyes are big and small. What does it mean? Snobbish. So you are looking at a person with 大小眼. That means you are a snobbish person. You only pay attention or you only value a certain kind of people. Okay, so we are using the eyes in Taiwanese Southern Min to refer to this kind of behavior. 北吧, okay, this you would hear a lot. And you recognize the character in Mandarin by white. Okay, white eye, that means idiot, stupid. Saying things that's not proper. Saying things not proper. For example, if a person is already very angry, are you supposed to say something to make him more angry? Or are you supposed to calm him down? And if you say something in order to make him become more angry, then you are 北吧, white eye. Okay? Jim, do you know this Taiwanese term? Some of them. Okay. Are they common when you were learning Taiwanese?
Yeah. These are the things we learned first.
So, 大小目, yes?
This one, yeah.
And this one too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And hands. They are using hands and foot to refer to the speed of the action. So 卡手緊, 緊 means fast. That means a person that is very agile. So 卡手緊 can do things very fast, very quickly. 板卡手, very slow. That means a person who acts slowly. 洗卡手卡洗手. This is interesting. To wash your feet and to wash your hands. What does it mean? In Spanish, we have Spanish speaker, right? Okay. What does this mean? You don't know? You know? You don't know? Okay. This is very true in, probably not in Mexico, but in other parts of Spanish-speaking country. This means, that's it. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm clean. That's it. So this one is very similar. Say washing one's hand of something. That means, I no longer am involved with that. Okay, but usually refer to you stop doing something illegal. You stop doing something bad. Okay, 破卡破手. That means you stumble your hand, you stumble your feet. That means to stand in the way or to be cumbersome. Okay, so we are using the hand and foot usually for action or for speed. And how about the face? Okay, this is the character for broad. So if you have a broad face, that means you know a lot of people. You have very good social networking. You have good networking. 面色, the color of your face, that is your facial expression. So if somebody has a very 歹面色, 歹 means bad, a bad face color, that means the person is cross or not happy, not angry. To tell the face, 貼破面, that means to openly confront with a person. So face is almost like a person. So you're using the face, a metonymy, the face to represent the person. How about the head? The head, okay? We have this expression. bo tao xin. Bo means, a negative marker. Tao is the head. Xin is actually ga. So it means, no head spirit. That's a literal translation. Means absent-minded. Absent-minded. So this is the phrase that we were often scolded when we were young children at home. My mother would say, okay, listen carefully. Bo tao xin. So absent-minded. You're not listening to me. Okay. And bo tao kak. This is a skull. If you have no head skull, that means no brain. Okay, no brain. So we are using the head for intelligence. So you see, different parts of your body are used to refer to different kind of things. Usually the head is referring to attention, intelligence, memory, etc. And for people, okay, we will use the character for head followed by the character for house. Tao ge means boss. Or a woman can refer to her husband as Tao ge, the head of the house. Wow, okay. Not anymore, I think, okay. Society has been changed. This is the character for work, the head of a work, the foreman, okay, like the blue label. And for foot, we have chu ka, that's the foot of a house, which means a tenant, a tenant. But if you add the character house, after chu ka, you have chu tao ge. Chu tao ge. Okay, this is tao ge is from here, the boss. The boss of a house, that's your landlord. Okay, this is interesting. Hei sao, black hen, or chu. Or chu in Taiwanese means a repairman or mechanics. Mechanics, because this is of course kind of metaphorical, because a person who is working, for example, with your car, you can see their hands are usually greased with oil and they are black, right? So we are using this as a lexical item for repairman. In Mandarin, I think we also use this term, heisou, for repairman. But heisou could also mean the person, how do you say it in English? The person who is behind, the brain that's behind, 背后的黑手, okay, the person who is making all these things happen, but you don't know who is behind, the person who's in charge, but usually referring to illegal things or not proper thing. Yeah.
Can't this be assassin? Somebody who kills somebody?
No, it's not assassin. No, Hazel is not that severe. It probably won't kill people, but probably will have very some kind of conspiracy, some kind of scheme, and the person who is making all the plan behind the scene.
Is it like the mastermind?
Like what?
The mastermind.
Mastermind. That's too good. Yeah. Okay. Mastermind is usually in the positive sense, right? But Hazel is usually similar, but only in the negative sense. In the negative sense. Yeah. But of course, in Mandarin, Hazel could also be literally black hands. If you the hand of your, but very rarely. Okay. And 稳专chiu. 稳专 means to operate, to make some machine work, and hand means the person who make the machine work. So 稳专chiu is a driver. Do we have Japanese speaker here? That's Japanese, right? Same thing, right? So this is actually from Japanese. Good. For mouth, we talk about this. For population, the mouth are people, so that's population. The mouth that's alive, survivor from a murder case. Okay? And for emotion, we talked a little bit about this before, I think. If you want to say somebody who is very joyful, very happy, we say the mouth is smiling, the eyes are smiling. 嘴笑, 目笑. Also, if a person who smiles from eyes to mouth, that means the person is very happy. So we are using very literal expression for something very abstract, such as emotion as well. And if you are very worrisome, then your your eyebrows will be knitted together. So say yu tao gabin. That means you have such a sad face and your eyebrows are knitted together. I don't know if anyone wants to demonstrate this. Okay, just like when you are worrying about something, your eyebrows are usually knitted together. They won't be wide open. The Chinese, I say Chinese in a broader sense, people here in Taiwan, if you have eyebrows that grew together too closely, we would always advise people to shave it so that it would look wide open. We don't want people to have eyebrows that's knitted together. You know that? Huh? What is that?
Unibrow.
You have seen something similar?
No, it's an English expression.
Oh, okay. What is that? Say it.
Unibrow.
Unibrow. Really? Okay. So in Taiwan, if you go to the night market, you have seen people doing 碗面, like they use thread to take out the, what is that? Waxing in the States, right?
Yeah, threading's getting popular now.
In the States.
Yeah.
But that's so expensive, right?
Yeah.
But if you go to the night market, you can have somebody using the traditional skill. They are just using the thread, just a long stretch of thread. And they are very agile with their hands, so they can take out all the hair from your face without using the wax. Okay? And that's a Chinese kind of feast. We usually do that traditionally. On the eve of your marriage, when you are going to become a bride the next day, they will do this to you, and you are required to do that. You have to use the thread to take off the extra hair from your face. But not anymore. People do that all the time. They tell you it's good for your circulation. Well, I think it's true. Okay. So go to the night market and see. There are a lot of people lining up, and some women very agile with their hands, and just some people just use the hands. Some people they would use their mouth and their hands, so that they would bite on one side, one end of the thread, and the other end they would just do the action. Okay, and if you are not too happy, you say that means with a sorrowful face. So this is wrong. I have to change it. This is sorrow, not anger. Sorrow. Okay. So if you are in fear, you say your hands and feet are cold. So you have cold feet. I think this is similar, right? In English. Okay. So much for the body part metonymies, and in Taiwanese Southern Min. Basically, it's not for you to memorize all the expression. I just want you to know in this language we have these features or these characteristics. For example, we would like to use proverbs to tell you something about something very important in life. We won't just tell you to do this or to do that, or we won't use big words. We will just use very ordinary, common language, so that you can gather the information from that very simple everyday experience, and then you can think from there to see what the expression actually means. And for a lot of action behavior, for a lot of expression, emotion, we are using the body part as a metonymy to refer to the whole action or to refer to the whole behavior.